And also, I appreciate the person who did like the 1% voting for Tekoa in the chat, so we can actually get predictions given out for a change.
What, there's only like one person that voted for him?
So I saw at least one that popped up. I don't know if there's gonna be more. Well, we'll see.
Y'all sleeping on my boy Tekoa, man.
I already did the prediction,
2%.
Will. Actually, you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention, man. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll redo it. That happened pretty quick. No, we're committed. We're committed at this point. Too bad. Granted, actually, Will was the only person that said bless you to me before, so I feel kind of bad that I didn't actually, like, redo it for you. Need these points. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I gotta run them longer every time. But we're gonna be getting, of course, like we said, this is winners quarters now. So we're in that timeline where things start to get a little bit more difficult. We have a lot of really good players around here. A couple times, Sage is usually only able to come every other week. Retro had things to do this week. I'm not feeling good at all in terms of my play, so I'm not playing this week. But, like, even with the three of us still not in the bracket, we went before where, like, if a few of us weren't in, it was like, okay, some people kind of got, like, almost a ride to the top. We'll just be real. But even that, it don't matter because you still got everyone else who's in that bracket. It's kind of crazy. And now we're going to get into winners quarters of Chavo and Tekoa. I'm super excited to see this again because, obviously we know Chavo for this fin very, very well. But Tekoa continues to impress every week with this Rick, and I think at some point he's going to get there.
Oh my goodness. This guy has been in the lab.
Yeah, he's going in right now, actually. He's not backing off. He put on 97 essentially unchecked to start on the Chavo. And it's actually still going.
Beautiful game. This is what I like to see right here. This is a very optimized Rick right here. Even though he's taking the damage now, you gotta get to the ground. Oh no. Here comes Chavo with the evening out.
As we saw last week, Chavo would play from behind like pretty far and then win.
Yeah.
So like,
always.
Yeah, you can't you can't get too comfortable against him right now. We finally got to see. It's been a while since we saw the classic of Chavo and Zoo, and that was purely because of Chavo just kind of going on a tear. But one of the biggest things that becomes a problem is taking a rocket to the face as Tekoa gets the first stock.
Sure is a problem, especially with Finn, because he can barely get back from that single rocket. Like almost when it hits every time, I can get that kill.
Yeah, the biggest thing that he needs, of course, is that gem. That's his main get out of jail free card that allows him to get away from those spots.
Oh, he floated a little too long.
Yeah,
good way to get out of there. Get on the platform.
That platform showing up was so important because pretty much every other situation, he's probably going away.
Trophies is great for Rick for that specific situation.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, he almost jumped directly into the polymorph gun. I've seen Tekoa go for a couple 0 to knockout setups with that, so you got to be super careful.
This is great. Not getting spike tech right here.
That's 3 times in a row now. He's gone for the same route of bouncing out. Chavo's going to be hunting for that nair dare like later on in the game, guarantee it. That slap's still not enough, was it? I'm surprised.
Chavo able to keep this away from him with only 12 damage. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think for Chavo, it's like, all right, the first stock happened. I get what happened. You caught me off guard. All good. I'm going to slow the game down now. And for Tekoa, the same thing is like, all right, you slow the game down. I'm cool with that because I'm Rick. But also, put yourself as a polymorph target with nothing behind it. Yeah, you're right. You're getting caught by that up attack every time. You destroyed that Me6. True assassin. Actually backstabbed him. All right, everybody, yeah, that's something more people are figuring out. That follow-up Sarah after that is not true. It's just based on where you go. Obviously, there are reads you can do with the 2, but that's usually a pretty good matchup check. Nair dare. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter. He sent them too far away, and he jumped. He stayed in place because he was scared of the gem, and then he just fell back down. Which, to be fair, once you see that gem coming at you, it's pretty easy to get scared of that.
I agree. He could have used his down air to stall and make it back.
Now Tekoa looking at a deficit all of a sudden. This is why we said don't count Chavo out because even with that lead he had, he still brings it all the way back. I like these ways. He's using bag way more often now too, probably to the detriment of all of us, Tekoa. But like before, he was so scared to press bag because it's like too punishable. And now he's kind of finding his ways where he can use it without getting punished.
Yeah, especially as a combo finisher. He's been finishing way off the edge. I'm special. It's getting ugly.
Ooh, okay, watch out for Sarah. Gotta watch out for that Sarah up special. Becomes a big problem later on. Now he's taking a boatload of damage. And charge side air 2 is coming through. No, it doesn't even need to charge side air 2. These two are the most animated when it comes to like watching matches, period. It's actually extremely funny because it'll be done and then the first thing you see is Tekoa just like cracking up. Like Tekoa is kind of put himself in this position where Chavo has an unnecessary amount of like adopted sons and children that he never asked for.
Right.
Like they literally just have been existing. They wanted to be the villain of Smash at one point and are region just for fun. And they're just like, oh, Chavo, no. It's like, we kept becoming their dad. So now Tekoa recently has basically done the same thing. We just can't get away from it. Rick is a secret S tier. I don't know about that. But, like, I do think that Rick is incredibly slept on. Because we talked about this before. You obviously have been a lab monster of late. You're figuring it out. Puppet Master characters, set play characters in fighting games, always. They usually have a slow start at the beginning. And then after people start figuring it out, they take over the game.
He's definitely a secret S tier. He might even not be a secret for much longer.
I think that people aren't playing a lot. Well, you guys are, but I think that a lot of people aren't playing them properly right now. Yeah. And once they figure it out, he's going to be an issue.
Even we are making mistakes.
Yeah, there's so much potential left to go. Because any character that can control the pace of the game like this, in a game that's super rushdown heavy with minimal like punish windows, which by the way, I don't care. I'm not a big fan of this whole idea of having a bunch of whiff recovery on everything. I think this is a different game, and I think people need to treat it as such. Because, like, it's super, like, yeah, there should be some whiff punishable areas in some moves, like, really strong moves. But I like the fact this is a super fast-paced game with constant movement. Because, like, I'm not here to play the same platform I've been playing for the past 20 years in Smash or play, you know, like, Brawlhalla, which is a different style of game, even with the defense. I like the uniqueness of it, and as we get more characters, it's gonna continue to change.
I agree, because honestly, without the idea of the whiff punish, right now where the game is, people have their own patterns and their own play style. So yeah. I think being able to identify those play styles and play against it is a lot easier than trying to go for the whiff punish. Not a lot easier, but a lot more impressive.
Yeah. Now, real quick though, Derek, I was not referring to grounded, the grounded side B from Finn. That move is already really good. It can be attack canceled off projectiles. You keep that end leg. That move deserves to be punishable. But I remember fighting that with no end lag. That was a nightmare. But right now, very close game compared to last time. Chavo going for the side air 2 charge, which he's been using more as a mix-up of late. But I like when Tekoa gets in that mode where he's looking for up me-seeks. The upwards attack me-seeks are usually one of his best knockout options. And I feel like he's been kind of scared out of it.
Yeah, because sometimes it comes out late. If you get rushed down while you're trying to put it out, you'll always get hit.
You know, I've noticed that Chavo is starting to, he goes high, like really high on purpose. Because before, he'd kind of be willing to challenge him head on, and then you realize, like, wait, Sarah's like the main knockout option. Because, like, if there's, by the way, that side B, see, it was instantly usable and instantly got to use it again. You're fine. But the thing with Rick is that if you go over him, this main knockout option is up special on a read or up air on a read. And both of those are not, like, the easiest to land when you double jump really high over them. So, but he does find a dare that was able to get him back into the game.
I feel like Rick mostly has disadvantage anytime he's in the air. So Tekoa just has to try to play middle of the stage as best as possible.
Yeah, it's like extremely difficult. To get around Finn at the ledge.
Pushing to the ledge.
Yeah, as you saw, he took like Sarah 1 4 times in a row. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't knock out. As long as you put Rick down below you, you can find nair dare or just a straight up dare, and you'll be fine. Pretty high intensity match so far, to be honest. That has kind of slowed down a little bit, but the up air has come to find its mark at the skies. And that's why, like, it's so scary fighting Chavo compared to other Finns in terms of the way he approaches you in the air. He will go for up airs and side airs more often than not than trying to use up special. The only other person who I see do that as well, but he usually uses gem backed it up, is Gopo. And that's not only them, but they're the ones who use it, I think, the best right now.
Yeah. Gopo goes crazy. He'll throw the gym
Gopo's nuts. Tekoa trying to find an answer around Chavo. Of course, that high five, as we've learned recently, when we never saw it before, it's a reflector. So
yeah, and a really good reflector too.
I'm gonna start.
Attack and reflect at the same time.
I'm gonna mute Derek on principle. Said Bugs. Finn Hi-Fi should turn into Bugs Rocket. But oh, okay. So one thing of matchup knowledge I've learned as well is that with that golf club, it doesn't do as much damage as you think, even though it looks frightening to deal with.
Unless you have the perk.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So like, as long as you pay attention to what they have, if you see it's the fire perk, the combos that hit stun are gonna be like, okay. So it's fine to go like try to challenge them up close and then take like one hit.
I'm gonna take that approach from Tekoa, that off stage. How he gets back to the ledge.
Yep.
I need that.
I say you two have very different, unique ways of how you approach things. But you know, we take data from each other. Right now, Tekoa trying to push this to a game 3 as hard as he can. If he can find a spike or just be very careful about how you approach Chavo right now. I think Chavo wanted that to lob behind him and teleport behind him. Doesn't matter though. Chavo's like not overextending.
Yeah, Chavo's doing a really good job of making sure he doesn't make any mistakes.
Simplicity is key against a character like Rick, and that's going to lead to it. I can't. They're so goofy. Put his hands up, like goes crazy. Everybody in the background was watching, of course. And solid job to Tekoa. He was making it. He's getting closer is the big thing. Like, did he win? No. But is he learning? Yes. That is very important.
And
that's
that
the big thing.
First round was a really good showing. The first stock that he got was amazing.
Hey, he started off with a huge lead. It's just that